James was not an ordinary programmer. He was the kind of genius who could see a line of code and instantly understand what was wrong. Born to a poor family, raised by a single mother who worked day and night just to keep the lights on, James promised himself that one day he would make her proud. He worked harder than anyone else, studied while others slept, and by the time he turned 28, he was already one of the lead programmers at a major IT company in the United States. But James never forgot where he came from. He stayed loyal to his company, not because of the money, but because of one man, Mr. Thomas, the company's founder and his mentor. It was Mr. Thomas who discovered him, guided him, and taught him not only how to write code, but how to be a good person. One morning, the office was unusually quiet. The air felt heavy. A message spread through the company. Mr. Thomas was gone. James froze. He knew Mr. Thomas had been ill for a long time, but hearing that he was truly gone still broke him deeply. He sat at his desk for hours, staring at his mentor's old coffee mug, remembering the laughter, the advice, the moments they shared during late nights at work. Even after all his success, James had never gotten the chance to say thank you. A week later, the company announced its new CEO, Tommy, the only son of Mr. Thomas. Tommy had never worked a real day in his life. He was young, reckless, arrogant, and known for spending nights gambling and drinking rather than learning about business. From the very first day, he made changes. He fired hundreds of employees to increase efficiency. He cut benefits, reduced budgets, and forced those who remained to work double shifts. James tried to stay focused, but every day it became harder to watch good people being thrown away like they meant nothing. One night, a massive cyber attack hit several of the company's biggest clients. James worked through the night, writing emergency patches, tracing digital footprints, and stabilizing the servers. By sunrise, the problem was finally contained. Exhausted, he leaned back, closed his eyes, and accidentally fell asleep at his desk. He didn't even notice the sound of the elevator opening. Moments later, Tommy walked in with a group of investors behind him. When they saw James sleeping, Tommy's face turned red with anger. Without asking what had happened, he shouted at James in front of everyone, calling him lazy and disrespectful. James woke up in shock, trying to explain that he had been working all night to save the company. But Tommy didn't care. Right there, in front of the investors, he threw James's ID badge on the floor and told him to get out. The entire office fell silent. Just hours after James was gone, something terrible happened. Every monitor in the building turned red. A massive cyber attack struck again, this time directly at the company itself. Databases were corrupted. Client data was disappearing. Millions of dollars worth of projects were collapsing in real time. Investors began shouting, demanding answers. Tommy screamed at the IT team, but no one could stop it. Someone finally whispered, "Only Mr. Thomas or James could fix something like this." Tommy froze. He looked around in disbelief. "Where is James?" he shouted. And the room went silent. Desperate, Tommy ordered his team to find James immediately. When James returned, the investors were there, watching, panicking, begging for a solution. Tommy tried to act humble. He offered James 10 times his salary if he could fix the system. But James looked him in the eye and said calmly, "I don't work for you anymore." Tommy begged, his voice trembling. "If this continues, the company will be sued." "We'll all lose everything." James paused and looked around. He saw his old co-workers, people who were tired, scared, and about to lose their jobs. He sighed. "I'll help," he said softly, "but only on one condition." James looked at Tommy and said, "Rehire everyone you fired. And if you truly care about this company, step down and give up your shares." The investors turned to Tommy. He tried to argue, but they had already decided. Faced with ruin, Tommy had no choice. He signed the papers. At that moment, He lost everything. James sat down and began typing. For hours, he worked non-stop, rewriting code, restoring backups, and rebuilding the network. Slowly, the red screens turned blue again. Data reappeared. Systems rebooted. The company was saved. Everyone stood up and clapped. Even Tommy, with tears in his eyes, whispered, "Thank you." James simply replied, "Don't thank me. Thank Mr. Thomas. He built something worth saving." The investors called James into the conference room. They told him that the company needed a leader with vision, humility, and skill. And unanimously, they voted to make James the new CEO. For the first time in his life, James smiled not because he won, but because he finally honored the man who once believed in him. Sometimes life takes everything from you before it gives you what you truly deserve. Respect, trust, and kindness, that is the real code that never fails. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more of our content.